Hey guys, and welcome back to Sereneministry. Last week we started the self-healing journey, and we spoke a little bit about toxic relationships. We didn't really speak exactly about it. We were speaking about what we're going to be covering in the next few weeks. And we were starting with self, the relationship with self. And we were saying how that's going to be the most important relationship you will ever have. Is the relationship with self, because that sets the stage for every other relationship that you will have in life. We also discussed how the relationship with self will go hand in hand with the relationship with God, because we know that He lives within us. Greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. So I was basically setting the stage last week, but this week we're gonna go a little bit further into a depth about what does healing look like, and what does spending time with yourself entail. So today we're gonna touch on those things. So first of all, I think I want to I'll start with the fun stuff first, okay? And that's spending time with yourself. A lot of us don't know how to spend time with our self. Like, what does that look like? I mean, how does that look, and what will others think if they see me just out and about by myself? I'm going on a date with myself. I mean, I don't want to look lonely. I don't want to look desperate. I don't want to look like the lonely lady with 100 cats. We're gonna have to get all of that out of our head and just make being with yourself a norm. Because there's nothing wrong with being with ourself, getting to know ourself through the lenses of the Lord. We're going to have to. Because before we can get into our purpose and what He has for us, our whole reason of being on this earth, we're going to have to learn who He designed us to be. And we're going to have to learn Him so that we can see ourselves through Him. And the only way to do that is to spend time in His presence and to get to know us. Okay, so we can do these things by first dating our own self. I think we put so much time in wanting a man and all of these things, wanting a family, wanting kids. You never hear people say, I want me. You never hear that. I just want me. And wanting yourself is not selfish. Actually, it's a must. Before you take on anyone else, you need to really take on yourself. Find out what you enjoy, things you like, whether it be food, hobbies, craft, traveling, Whatever it is, find out what you enjoy doing, things that make you smile, that brings you joy and make you feel full at the end of the day, outside of anyone else, just you. What puts a smile on your face? What brings you joy? That's what you're going to have to figure out, and you figure it out by spending quality time with yourself. And that can mean, going out to eat, going to the park, walking, working out. I'm going to movies. And then you need to also start self-care, pampering yourself. Put aside the money, whatever it is. And if you don't really have the resources like that, find just little things. It doesn't have to start off being a major, but just start sticking you on your list of things to do, because we have to remember that we set the tone for how everybody around us shows up and how everybody around us treat us. So if you're gonna want a man to step in, bring you here and there, date you, travel with you, you must first do that. So we're gonna start there. And when I speak about healing, I touched on healing. And this is where things get a little bit more serious. Because a lot of us have endured much in life. And some of us are still going through it. And we have to heal from those things before we bleed on anyone else in whatever relationship that we add on. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a relationship with your kids. We need to do the self-healing work. And I just want to let y'all know what that would look like. And what it would even feel like. Because a lot of people don't speak about this. Healing is very bipolar. It looks very bipolar. There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. You're allowing yourself to be vulnerable with the Lord, or if He moves you to start counseling, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be honest and real with yourself, so that you can heal. A lot of times we're going to want to throw in the towel and just stop the whole process, because it's going to send you back to a place that you wanted to desperately forget. A place of hurt and pain where you felt alone. But sometimes, and I'm going to use this as an example. Have you ever been to a doctor, and let's say that you had a fractured finger, and you let it heal on its own, and it healed wrong. It healed crooked. So you now go to the a doctor because your finger is like crooked, and they say that we have to break it, and you don't understand why. You're like, why in the world would you want to break it? It's gonna be painful. It's gonna hurt, but they must do this because you didn't let it heal properly. So sometimes we have to break something so that we can let it heal the right way when you now have the right tools and resources. So like let's say, whereas before you wasn't able to go to a doctor, but now you may have those resources. So now you can go and let it heal properly. Well, it's the same thing with just healing in general from past hurts and traumas. You have to go back, and you may have to break all over again so that the Lord can now come in, since you now have that or is building that relationship with him. Whereas before, although he was always there, you didn't know he was there. Now you know that he's there, and you're calling out to him to come in and to help you heal properly. And he will do just that. He's more than willing to do that. It is your Father's good pleasure. He wants to do that. He wants nothing more than to heal and restore you to who he knows you to be. So there'll be a lot of crying, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of self-reflecting. There'll be a lot of blaming, pointing fingers, whether it be at the other party, at yourself. You're going to blame a lot of everybody because you're going to want to shift that blame somewhere. But then it's going to become a point where none of that matters. And that's when you're going to realize you are healing. But that's later on. There's going to be a lot of bitterness, a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, and a lot of hurt. You're going to be left wondering, where was everybody? Why wasn't anybody there to stop this? Why didn't I have this person in my life, whether it be a mom, a dad, a friend, husband, whatever? You're going to be thinking about what you didn't have, what you lacked. And it's going to be a lot of woe is me, a pity party. And I'm just letting you know, whatever you feel it. Allow yourself to feel it. Just don't stay in it. The Lord don't mind us feeling what we need to feel. He just don't want you to become a walking victim. Like he asked Samuel, how long will you mourn for Saul? Like, I've already moved on, chosen a placement. How long will you mourn for him? So we're not meant to just stay in dark place forever. We're meant to heal. We have to heal. If you're serious about building the kingdom of God, and if you're on my page, then that's what you're ultimately wanting to do. Whatever that may look like. Whether you're starting a business, whether it's your ministry with family, with kids, whatever your ministry will be, it starts with you and it starts with your healing. The Lord is not going to send you out there unprepared. He's not going to send you out there with open wounds. He's not going to send you out there with bones that has healed improperly. He needs you out there healed and whole so that you can be an living example for his goodness. And you can then in turn speak of his goodness in a healthy way, and then bring others to him so that he can then get the glory from your story. I wanted to also say that you're going to feel drained. You're going to have days where you just don't want to do anything. You just want to just lay in bed, because healing is spiritual. People don't tell you that healing is spiritual, because you cannot do it on your own. You cannot effectively do it on your own. You need God. And anytime you're dealing with anything in the spirit, it's going to drain you. But the Lord will also replenish. So that's why I'm doing this time. You have to stay so near to the Lord. I mean, stay at his feet. Stay in his presence. Also, there's going to be people around you that are not going to understand what you are going through. Because more often than not, the people around you are people you have put around you during your brokenness. So they're almost like trauma bonds. So when you start this healing journey, this self-healing journey, you may notice that a lot of people start to falling off, because you're becoming a new person, and that's not a bad thing. So if anybody say, "Oh, you changed," don't say, "No, I'm still the same." No. You say, "Thank you. I am changing," because it's a lot of hard work. This is not a over the night thing. You say thank you, because your change isn't negative. You're evolving. You're shifting. Your self-healing is a ministry in itself. It is your testimony. It's what the Bible is made of. We read other people's journey to the Lord every time we flip open our Bibles. You may stop liking things that you once liked. You may find yourself doing things you said you would never do. Liking things you said you would never like. Trying things you said you would never try. I always was scared of cats. I was raised to be scared of cats. But on this journey, I ended up feeding a cat and letting it live in my yard, and I fed it every day. I'm not gonna say I wasn't 100% scared of it, because I had to, it was kind of instilled in me. You just never know how this journey will end up. So that's all that I wanted to speak about today. I just wanted y'all to basically know, like, what the self-healing journey will look like. So and I wanted to speak about the relationship with self before I get into like friendships and like relationships with like a significant other that may be toxic. So before we can get into that, we need to know our own toxic traits that even led us into those relationships in the first place. So the last thing you're going to start doing on your self-healing journey, you're going to start to forgive. Not only everybody that hurt you, but you're going to start to forgive yourself. Because we carry such a weight, such a burden, and we're so much more harder on ourself than we are anyone else. So that's going to be like the last part of our self healing, is when we can learn to forgive everyone who has hurt us, everyone who has played a role in our hurt, in our brokenness. And then we're going to learn to forgive our self. So that's all I have for today. And I will speak with you guys next week. And we'll start our lesson 3. So I thank you all so very much. And I hope that you guys are learning. And if there's anything else that you guys want to ask me, feel free to leave a comment, or if you want anything more private or personal, you can send me a email at sereneministry@gmail.com. Thank you so very much, and until next time, bye.